Kia ora, tēnā koutou, hello and welcome back to another episode of Thaumcraft 4.2 with Birdtross. We are over here by the AFK XP farm, or at the very least just the thing that the golems have been set up to do. We've got the sort of a little tiny bit of a tree farm right here. They're chopping the wood, it's going in here, it's coming out and going into this chest right here. So we've got a decent amount of charcoal building up here. Have we picked up any XP? Just a tiny amount. But it's sort of, this is, if anything, this is just a proof of concept, right? Because there's only 4 trees here. This guy can definitely do more if we had him in the center of, for example, a cube or something like that. Yeah, we could definitely have more trees coming in. We could have another golem with bone meal to really kick the thing into high gear. We could send Ignis VCV down here to speed this thing up. There's a whole bunch of things that we could do. But today what we're going to be working on is crafting ourselves the Thermostatic Harness, as well as researching and possibly crafting also the Shovel of Renewal. So we come over here to the Artifice tab to recap. The recipe for the Thermostatic Harness is over here. Is it a bird? Yes it is. I used it before. So here it is here. So you need to make it in an infuser. It requires 2 air shards, 2 great wood planks, a comparator, 2 gold ingots and 2 iron ingots, as well as the leather tunic. So that's going to take a total of 9 items. We will need to mess around with the infusion setup a little bit. It's also going to take some, let me see. Somebody in the comments of the one of my previous episodes basically clued me into the fact, I didn't even realize this until this person brought it up, but every single name here, or actually almost every single name, is Latin, right? Because I'd obviously heard of names like Terra and Aqua before, but yeah, none of these other ones that I realized, and it turns out, yeah, it's all Latin, and I have taken they basically said that my Latin pronunciation sucks, quote unquote, so I've basically got ahead off camera and tried to learn myself the proper pronunciation for each of these names, and surprisingly it's actually pretty easy for me. It was pretty easy for me to do, because the Te Reo, which is the second main language of New Zealand, the vowels in that are A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U, rather. So you say A, E, I, O, U, we say A, E, I, O, U. And that's markedly similar to what Latin is. So we've got, let me see if I can try and remember, it's like Farmes, something like that. Then you've got Telum, then you've got Iter, I believe that's how you say that one, Iter. Sano, Victus, Ignis, something like that, Meto, Messis, Lucrum, Lux, Ire, then you've got Venenum, Limus, Terra, Erba, Exanimis. Oh, this is a hard one. Permutatio, turns out that's how you say it. Permutatio. Fabrico, that one's pretty straightforward. Potentia. Vitreus, no, Vitreus, that's better. Aqua, Sensus, Tudemen, Instrumentum, Alienis, Praecantatio, Corpus, Aurum, Cognitio. No, that one's a weird one. It's like it's not cognitio, it's like cognitio, something like that. It's a bit weird one. Umanus, Bestia, Arbor, Spiritus, Panus, Vlatus, Perfidio, that's a pretty straightforward one. Ordo, Motus, Metallum, Vinculum, Machina, Vacuus, Mortus, Peditio, and Tenebrae, or Tenebrae, something like that. It's actually pretty similar. It's slightly different from what I was saying before. But yeah, that is pretty much the pronunciations, proper pronunciations for each of these aspects, I think, except maybe Cognitio. I kind of messed that one up. I need to learn to say those things properly. Anyway, we've got the stuff right here. Let's go ahead and throw it on the infuser. Apologies about that for those of you that didn't want to hear that, but I think that's just a nice little fact. I've tried my best to get the pronunciation all good and proper. So I've just got some spare materials, because if we take a look in here, by the way, the reason I've got so much spare stuff is because this is a high, and this is the highest thing that we've ever crafted. We actually only have that many pedestals here. I might just quickly grab that one or make some more. Just putting the last of the materials on the pedestals here. I'm not 100% happy with how it's gone. We have 3 prongs up the top here, and then all of these other sides have 2 on them. It's not really a perfect circle. If we take a look in the shape in the Thaumonomicon, yeah, these bottom ones here kind of not that great, but the top ones are sort of okay. So all we need to do now is put the leather shirt in the middle, and we should be good to go here. Hopefully things won't go crazy. It is a high one, so the sooner this gets done, the better. It's drawing in the Velardus first, which I have a decent amount of. Oh, I didn't actually, oh, okay. What blow off? Are we missing some gold? Okay. Well, bound to happen. Actually, a safe place to stand would actually probably be somewhere up here, actually. Yeah, that way I can keep a pretty good tab on what's going on. Potentia is coming in now. Machina is next. Oh no, I gotta do the proper names. Machina. And then after that will be Etia. That's right. Potentia, Volatus. I've got to get used to the names. Still used to saying the old names. Etia. Etia. Okay. Okay. That's the last of that. Now it's pulling in the items. Everything is still on here and all gravy. Yep. Everything's going good. We're still getting a few lightning bolts coming out of this, but it seems like the Infuser is pretty good at handling high instability items, which is quite good. Then comes the gold, and there goes the iron. Oh, and it did give me a little bit of a shock there, so this is definitely the most trouble any infusion has given me for quite some time, but that is all good because now we have ourselves the Thermostatic Harness. I've actually scanned all of these. I have not scanned a redstone comparator. Let's just quickly do that. Get these guys on the ground. Glad I had spare materials, but I probably had a bit too many, so we had, let me see, we had 3 Potentia and 1 Terra. Cool beans. Gotta get used to those names. Might as well start somewhere. And let's get this thing down as well. The Thermostatic Harness. It's a pretty cool looking item as well. What has that got? That's got 4 Bestia, 5 Machina, 10 Metallum, what is that? 9 Panus? Let's get this back up off the ground. 9 Panus, 7 Potentia, 5 Volatus. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything. Right, so I think the way it works is you right-click on it while you have it, yeah. And it comes with this little pretty cool looking GUI. I think the way that it made it sound like what you have to do is pump some Potentia in there, or like a jar. And I do have a bunch of these jars full here. Let's take this top one. So just see how this works exactly. If can I put any other items in there, by the way? No. It'll only take 1 item. That puppy right there. Okay, so now all I should need to do is put this on. This is going to make me lose the bonus from having the other fortress helm pieces, but man, that actually looks really cool on your chest. Wow. What the? Look at that thing coming out the back! I wonder if I've got a bar on the side too. Can I get like a thumbnail really quick? Let's get that thumbnail really quick, let's see. I'm gonna get a good angle. And screenshot. There we go. Right, so let's see. I think, let's go back in here. How exactly does it work? Pressing H while wearing the harness activates or deactivates it. Right, so if I press the H key... Oh, hello! Okay, oh my goodness! I can fly! I'm flying! He's flying, he's flying, he's really, really flying. And I can turn that off. Why are we trying it inside, guys? Let's go ahead and get it outside. Speed! Wow. Alright, so if I press this again... Oh my goodness. Man, this is... Oh my gosh. This is going to be so handy. Man, the movement speed sideways is actually like absolutely crap. But I think that's what it said in the Thaumonomicon, that it was going to be crap. You have to bump it up with some haste, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. It can be enchanted with the haste enchant to increase the speed at which you move. Right, so if we come over to the enchants, what is the enchantment for haste on there? That's going to be 5 levels plus some Niter and Salus Mundus, Etir, Prei, Cantatio, and Volatus, I think that's how it goes. So it's not too bad. Those are relatively straightforward to get, I think. These two aren't too much of a problem, but the E-tier, not too sure about that, but, you know, these are jump change as well. Minor instability, no problems there. Now what I want to try and do is use my sort of the Zephyr to slow me down. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what velocity you're going, that sort of the Zephyr's going to save your bacon. Ooh, that is going to save a heap of time. Man, just flying around, that is going to be so good. And you can just turn it off and get back going again. Maybe I'll go ahead and rebind that to a key that's a bit closer to my movement key, so I don't have to have my thumb halfway across the keyboard as an oar. That's a fantastic. This is amazing. Flying, I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. How much juice does that use? Oh, hold on. Can I hear something? I can hear something. Can you hear that? It's actually really faint. Might just very briefly turn the music up so you guys can hear. See if that makes any difference. Yeah, it's very faint, but there's something going on. Okay, and it says I have 61 potentia in there, so we've only used 3 potentia. So this is actually really nice for surveying the land, getting thumbnails, escaping danger, all that jazz, but obviously if we want to use it for long distance travel, then obviously pumping the haste in there is something that we're going to want to do. Right, let's get back downstairs, which you can do just by doing this, in case you didn't realise. Hello. What a job. Vanilla. Oh yeah. Right, let's just go ahead and sort the inventory out. This thing got a little bit crazy since the infusion crafting there. Yeah, it's another one of those things where it's like as soon as you put it on, you don't want to take it off. Right, so if I can I just take this off? It looks like we used about 4 potentia there. Pretty good. Right, I want to try and get the enchantment on there, but I don't think I have enough E-tier. Right, so it's going to be 8 for the first level, and we have 15, so we have enough E-tier. What about... we should have enough Volatus, and I should have some Salus Mundus and Nitor rattling around, and of course I've got the levels. I really do want to get that on there just to see what kind of effect it has. I've only got a single piece of Salus Mundus left. Let's just quickly patch up another one, and we'll get some spears as well. Right, let's put these away just while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's get... oh man, that's full up. Let's get... what else? That's pretty much everything that we need. Just come over to here. Hey man, I got a job for you. Go to work, my son. Go forth. In the name of me. And give me Salus Mundus. Right, so I should just need to... I think the way it works is that you're just going to bonk this on here. And we might just quickly set up the instability. Get the instability meter back on the old Hundy. Hello. Yup. Love doing that. Get you down, and let's get these pedestals. So I didn't need to make anywhere near as many pedestals as I needed, unfortunately, but, you know, better to be safe than sorry. Bonk this in the middle. Get my Salus Mundus out. We should be good to go here. 8 Volatus, and how much Breakintatio? 4, so I should have plenty of that, and the Volatus is over here. We've got tons of that now. My chicken farm is fully operational. I've got over 64 dudes in there, so I can just take in 64 seeds, kill 32 guys. Pretty straightforward. Alright, that's that done, and that's the Salus Mundus, and that is done. So that's the first haste on there. Now I won't be able to get the next haste for quite some time. I'll need to get some E-tier. I think the way I was getting my E-tier was through Ender Pearls, I believe. That's pretty much the only thing I know that has a decent amount of it. E-tier, here we go. So... boats you could use is pretty good. Yeah, could throw some boats in there. I was a vendor. all that good stuff. But anyway, oh, the potential's gone as well. It's just, I don't think you can fill this up. You can't just sort of bonk that in there. That's not how it works. You kind of have to take it out. It'd be really nice if there was a golem that would be able to supply you with items. In Factorio, they've got something like that with the logistics robots. I kind of liken the Factorio robots to those guys. I'm not sure if we're moving any faster. I don't feel like I'm going all that fast. Can I actually travel downwards in the upward current of the levitators? I can, but as soon as I stop, whoop, you're not allowed. Yeah, so in terms of travelling around the base, it's not that great, but you're for getting height and getting awesome looks on the landscape, that is definitely a very, very cool item. Highly recommended. Wow. Take that off. That is fantastic, and it makes a cool sound too, although it can get a little bit annoying. It's actually, just while I think about it, turn that back down. It's probably been drowning me out, the game. I didn't even realise, guys. I'm sorry if you haven't been able to hear me over the infusion. I just realised, because man, that thing is like twice the volume almost. I think we'll just leave this on. Does that make me travel any faster? I don't think so. I'll need to get some haste on these guys at some point, but that will have to be another time. Now what I want to do is do some more research. I want to get the Shovel of Renewal going as well. The last of these Thaumcraft tools that we need to do. Let's just get our scribing tools and paper. Inventory's a mess, but that's how it rolls. That's how we roll. Shifting Earth. And a nice blue note there. Looks like we've got some Fabrico, Terra, and Instrumentum. Okay. Now what I need to do is get those started. So we can't use Fabrico right here, so we're going to have to use Humanus on this Instrumentum. Well, there is other stuff that uses it, like Machine. That could be a nice little shortcut. I'm thinking Tutormen is probably going to be a fairly nice aspect here, but the problem with Tutormen, okay, we can't really use Tutormen then because it uses Instrumentum, so we can't use that guy. We could go down Potentia, actually. Hold on, maybe there's something that we can do here. Maybe there's something that we can do. Right, so we've got Victus right here. I'm thinking we might try the old Sano trick. Well, we've got Auto, we could go Sano Victus. Yeah, that's not really going to work out for us unless there's one of those extender aspects. Not really seeing that. Okay. Vinculum. Not really helping us out. Lucum. I think we might have to go Humanus here for the Instrumentum. Let's see, and then I go Cognitio, I think. Ignis. I think that's how it goes. What about Fabrico though? Okay, I'm going to have to break my rule then. I'm going to have to break the rule to get out of there. So I think we'll go Humanus and then Cognitio is probably the best bet. Oh no, we can't use Cognitio though. Okay, we can't use Cognitio because we're using it there. That's cheating, Bird. That is cheating. Let's see. Only when absolutely necessary I'm allowed to use a second aspect. Okay, this might work. We can go Bestia. Hold the phone. We might be able to save something here. We can go Bestia, then we can go Modus, then we can go Air, excuse me, Mortus. I've got to use my words. I got to learn to do this. Got to learn these new ways to pronounce. Ordo, pretty much the same. Vaquos. No, Modus. We need Modus. Oh my god, we're using Modus already. Dang it. That won't work. That sucks. That won't work. Oh. No, okay, I've got it. I get it. So I think if we go Victus, we'll go Victus like so, and then we'll go, oh no, Victus. Excuse me. I've got to get used to these new words. Aqua, like so. And then we can go Venenum right there, and then Peditio, Venenum, then Venenum, like so, that's how you pronounce that. Then you've got that, and then we can use Permutatio right here to connect those up. So that's all connected right there, that's just fine. And then we've got Thames right here that connects to Victus. Somebody could go angle that a bit. No, that won't work. No, farmers. Okay, now we can go, let's shuffle this a bit. Let's move Lucrum over here, and then we'll put Femes right here. See, here's, okay, well, maybe we can go like this. Let's put Tempestas over here, and we'll take Io over here, and then Vakwas right there. There we go. So that's quite good. I think that uses... Well, the only aspect we don't use there is Ignis. That one was a little bit crazy to get, but we did eventually get it. And I think we even... Yeah, we actually saved... We didn't use any of the same aspect right there, so that's quite good as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Shovel of the Earth Mover. Man, I've got to get used to seeing this thing over here. That's definitely new. Definitely new. Right, let's read about this though. Combining earth shards with a thaumium shovel, you've created a peerless digging implement. When used to dig earth, sand and similar materials, it will dig a 3x3 area. Well, that's kind of cool. If you right-click on the side of a block, it will attempt to place a 3x3 section of the same material in the world, as long as you have sufficient blocks in your inventory. Wow! The orientation of both the digging and construction depends on the face you dug or clicked. Right, so that's a construction mode, I see. If shift is pressed, you can see where blocks will be placed. Wow, this thing is fantastic for placing stuff in the world. Okay, let's try that again. If shift is pressed, you can see where blocks will be placed in the world, and you can change the orientation of how blocks are placed by pressing G on the keyboard. Blocks can be placed either parallel to the block face selected, or extending out of the face vertically or horizontally. That's something that we're going to have to work out. We'll have to, reading it like this doesn't really make all that much sense, but once we, I'm sure once we try it out, we'll get it pretty quick. If shift is held while using this tool, all its special properties are suspended and it functions like a normal shovel, just like all of the other tools. Well, that is pretty awesome. That is definitely a very cool thing to have happen to us. We now have all 5 of those tools, and I think I just want to quickly finish off this episode by getting the Thermostatic girdle as well, or at least researching that. That's going to be 6 modus. How much do we have here in our table? Let's see, we only have 2, so let's quickly pick up some more and check out the Thermostatic girdle. I'm guessing it has something to do with the harness, but let's have a look. Is it a plane? This girdle is designed to be used with the Thermostatic Harness. On its own, it has very little lifting power, just enough to prevent most fall damage. Oh, okay, feather fallingness. That's pretty cool. When worn with the harness, however, it greatly increases the speed at which you're able to fly. The only drawback is that the harness will consume slightly more fuel than normal. Oh, okay, well that's not too bad, because basically, if we take a look downstairs as and all, we're kind of drowning. Whoa. Is it another dude? What the heck? They know that I'm going for the strongholds, and I really do want to do that soon. We've got some decent armor now, and we can fly. So if the dragon knocks us off the edge, we can basically save ourselves. But yeah, we have pretty much a pretty unlimited source of potential here. Let's actually just... There we go. Well, that's all of that done, so now we're up to level 21. Pretty cool. Up 1 level or so. Not too shabby. But yeah... It's definitely very cool. I think we're going to have to come back in the next episode, craft ourselves a Thermostatic girdle, and we're also going to need to bump the enchantment on this guy up to Haste 3. That will have to be next time, because we are out of time for today. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Thaumcraft 4.2 with Birdtross. Hope that you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Oh wow, it gives off little lightning strikes as well. That is awesome. I am the waters, look at me go. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha, and I'll see you in the next video.